You ever look around and feel like everyone else got the secret handshake for happiness? Like they're all fluent in a language you never learned. While you're standing there with a dictionary you can't even pronounce. The kind of ache that lives in your chest isn't just sadness, it's a physical weight. Like someone sitting on your ribcage. Your mind isn't just cloudy, it's a maze with no exit. You've tried prayer affirmations, even that one meditation app everyone swears by. You've put in the work, you've followed the steps, yet every time you think you're making progress, life knocks you back down like a tide pulling you under. You start to wonder, am I cursed? Is the universe telling me I'm not meant for abundance? Is there something fundamentally wrong with me? No, none of that is true. This isn't about worthiness, this isn't karma or bad luck, this isn't punishment for something you did. This is pure biology. It's science. It's your hippocampus, the God organ, the sacred antenna that connects you to the divine. The universe, to your own soul, has been shrinking, not metaphorically, literally. And that's not an accident. It's not bad luck, it's a direct result of the modern slave wave, the relentless cycle of stress, anxiety, and disconnection that's been engineered into the fabric of our lives. You were born into a system designed to keep you small, to keep you afraid, to keep you distracted, to keep you disconnected, to keep you consuming. And in that system, your brain was hijacked. Your natural state of flow, your ability to receive, to create, to feel abundance. It wasn't lost by accident. It was taken not by chance, by design. Think about the last time you felt truly at peace. Maybe it was on a quiet morning before the world woke up, or during a walk in the woods where the only sound was your breath and the rustling leaves. Remember how your mind wasn't racing 1,000,000 miles a minute. Remember how your body felt light, like you could float if you tried. That wasn't just a fleeting moment of calm. That was your hippocampus operating at full capacity. That was your brain operating in theta waves, the frequency of miracles, the language of the universe. That was your natural state. Now think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Maybe it was during a particularly stressful week at work, or when financial pressures mounted, or when the news cycle felt like a constant barrage of doom. Remember how your thoughts spiraled, how your body tensed up, how your breath became shallow. That wasn't just stress. That was your hippocampus shrinking. That was your brain being hijacked by the slave wave operating in beta, the frequency of survival, the language of lack. That was your natural state being suppressed by a system designed to keep you small. The slave wave isn't some abstract concept. It's a real measurable state of being. It's the constant hum of anxiety in the back of your mind. It's the tightness in your chest when you check your bank account. It's the exhaustion that sets in after a long day of pretending you have it all together. It's the feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're always one step behind. It's the quiet voice that whispers you're not enough. And here's the part that might make your blood run cold. Powerful organizations have known this for decades. The CIA, the military, certain elite groups. They've studied these frequencies. They've mapped the brain waves of the oppressed and the empowered. And they've discovered something chilling: the poor, the stressed, the anxious, they operate primarily in beta. Wave's the slave, wave a state of constant fight or flight, a state of survival, a state of lack, a state of fear. Meanwhile, the wealthy, the peaceful, the abundant, they operate in theta. Wave's a state of flow, of miracles, of effortless creation, of deep connection, of receiving, of knowing you've been kept in the dark. You've been told that success is about hard work, about grinding, about suffering. You've been sold the lie that abundance is earned through struggle. But what if I told you that abundance isn't earned, it's received? What if I told you that the key to unlocking it isn't more effort, but more alignment? What if I told you that the universe isn't silent, it's been speaking all along? And you've just been too stressed, too disconnected, too shrunk to hear it. Let me give you a concrete example. Take Sarah, a 34-year-old marketing professional who had been stuck in a cycle of burnout. For years, she worked 60-hour weeks, barely slept, and lived off caffeine and takeout. She had tried every productivity hack, every self-help book, every therapy session. Yet no matter how hard she pushed, she felt like she was running in place. Her bank account was always empty, her relationships were strained, and her intuition felt like a distant memory. She started to believe that abundance was for other people who were smarter, luckier, or just inherently more capable. But Sarah's real issue wasn't her work ethic. It wasn't her intelligence. It wasn't even her circumstances. It was her hippocampus. Years of chronic stress had shrunk it, leaving her brain stuck in beta. She couldn't access the theta waves that would allow her to receive opportunities, to trust her intuition, to feel safe in her body. She was a high achiever, yes, but she was operating at a fraction of her potential because her brain was literally wired for survival, not for abundance. Then she discovered the power of sound. Not just any sound, but a specific frequency designed to stimulate her hippocampus, to shrink the effects of stress, to reawaken her natural state of flow. Within weeks, she noticed a shift. Her mind wasn't racing as much. She started waking up before her alarm, feeling rested instead of exhausted. Small opportunities started appearing, unexpected freelance gigs, a chance encounter with an old colleague who offered her a dream job, a sudden inspiration for a project that paid more than her full-time salary. She wasn't working harder. She wasn't trying harder. She was simply operating in a frequency that allowed abundance to flow to her. Sarah's story isn't unique. It's a testament to the power of the hippocampus and the frequencies that govern our reality. But to understand how this works, we need to dive deeper into the science of the slave wave and the billionaire brain. Wave, your brain operates in different frequencies measured in hertz, Hz, each associated with a different state of consciousness. Beta waves 14-30 Hz are the default state for most people in modern society. They are associated with logical thinking, problem solving, when overactive anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. Alpha waves 8-13 Hz are the bridge between the conscious and subconscious, often experienced during relaxation or light meditation. Theta waves for -7 Hz are the realm of deep intuition, creativity, and spiritual connection. Delta waves 05- for Hz are the slowest, associated with deep sleep. And healing the slave wave is beta, at its extreme, a state of constant alertness, where your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. It's the state of the overworked employee, the anxious parent, the person who can't turn off their thoughts at night. It's the state that keeps you small, the billionaire brain. Wave, on the other hand, is theta. It's the frequency of miracles, of effortless creation, of deep knowing. It's the state where ideas flow without effort, where opportunities appear without chasing, where you feel guided by something greater than yourself. It's not about being rich in the traditional sense. It's about being rich in life, in joy, in connection, in purpose. The difference between the two states isn't just mental, it's biological. Chronic stress floods your system with cortisol, a hormone that in high doses literally shrinks your hippocampus. The hippocampus is the command center for your emotions, memory, and stress response. When it shrinks, your ability to regulate emotions from new memories and access intuition weakens. You become more reactive, less resilient, and more prone to anxiety and depression. You lose your ability to receive, to hear the whispers of the universe, to trust your gut, to feel abundant. But here's the beautiful thing: your brain is neuroplastic. That means it can change, it can heal, it can grow back. And the way to do that isn't through more effort, it's through resonance, through frequency, through sound. Sound is vibration, and vibration is the language of the universe. It's how your cells communicate, it's how your heart and brain synchronize, it's how your nervous system calms, it's how your hippocampus reawakens. Every cell in your body vibrates at a specific frequency. When those frequencies are out of sync, you feel off, fatigued, anxious, scattered. When they are in harmony, you feel aligned, energized, and empowered. This isn't woo-woo, this is science. Studies have shown that certain sound frequencies can stimulate neurogenesis, the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus. They can reduce cortisol levels. They can increase theta wave activity. They can restore your natural state of flow. They can reopen the channel to your intuition. They can help you remember your purpose. One of the most well-documented examples of this is the use of binaural beats. Binaural beats are created when two slightly different frequencies are played in each ear, creating a third frequency in the brain that encourages a specific state of consciousness. For example, playing a 200 Hz tone in one ear and a 210 Hz tone in the other creates a 10 Hz beat in the brain, which encourages alpha wave activity. This technique has been used to reduce anxiety, improve focus, and even alleviate pain. But the frequencies we're talking about here go deeper. They're not just about relaxation or focus. They are about restoring your connection to the divine, to your soul, to the part of you that knows how to thrive there, about reawakening your hippocampus, the God organ, so you can once again operate in the frequency of miracles. Imagine your hippocampus as a garden when it's neglected, overgrown, with weeds of stress and distraction. It withers the flowers of intuition, and abundance can't grow. But when you tend to it, when you remove the weeds, nourish the soil, and plant seeds of intention, it blooms. That's what the 7-minute sound ritual does. It's not a product. It's not a gimmick. It's a process of tending to your garden of restoring what was always yours. Let me give you another example. Take Michael, a 45-year-old entrepreneur who had built a successful business, but felt like he was constantly chasing the next deal, the next dollar, the next validation. He had money, but he didn't feel abundant. He had success, but he didn't feel safe. He had everything he thought he wanted, yet he was exhausted and unfulfilled. His intuition had become a faint whisper drowned out by the noise of his own thoughts and the demands of his business. Michael tried therapy. He tried meditation. He tried every productivity system under the sun, but nothing stuck. Why? Because his hippocampus was shrunk. His brain was stuck in beta, operating in survival mode. He couldn't access the theta waves that would allow him to receive, to trust, to feel guided. He was working harder, but he wasn't working smarter. He was following the rules of the slave wave, not the rules of abundance. Then he discovered the 7-minute sound ritual. At first, he was skeptical. He'd tried so many things that didn't work, but he was desperate. So he committed to the practice for just 7 minutes a day. Within a week, he noticed a shift. His mind wasn't as noisy. He started waking up before his alarm, not because he had to, but because his body was rested. He started noticing opportunities he'd missed before, partnerships, investments, creative ideas that aligned with his purpose. He wasn't working harder. He was simply operating in a frequency that allowed abundance to flow to him. Michael's story is a reminder that abundance isn't about having more. It's about being in the right state of being. It's about operating in theta, the frequency of miracles. And the key to that state isn't more effort, it's more alignment. So how does the 7-minute sound ritual work? It's simple, but it's not easy. It requires you to slow down, to pause, to listen, to trust. The ritual uses precise, scientifically aligned sound waves to stimulate your hippocampus. These aren't random frequencies. They are the frequencies of your soul, the frequencies that resonate with your divine connection. They are the frequencies that tell your brain it's safe, to receive it's safe, to trust it's safe, to thrive. Here's how it works in practice. You set aside 7 minutes, just 7 minutes. Each day you find a quiet space, you close your eyes, you play the sound wave, and you let it do its work. What happens? During those 7 minutes, your brain starts to sync with the frequency. Your nervous system calms, your cortisol levels drop, your hippocampus begins to reawaken, your intuition sharpens, you start to feel safe in your body, you start to feel guided by something greater than yourself. It's not magic, it's biology, it's science, it's your brain remembering how to operate in its natural state. But here's the thing, the ritual isn't just about the 7 minutes. It's about what happens after. It's about the shifts that start to occur in your daily life. It's about the opportunities that appear. It's about the intuition that strengthens. It's about the abundance that flows. Think of it like this: your hippocampus is a radio transmitter. When it's shrunk, the signal is weak static noise. When it's strong, the signal is clear, pure, powerful. The 7-minute sound ritual is like tuning your radio back to the station you were born to receive. It's not about adding anything new, it's about removing the blockage. It's about restoring what was always there. And here's the truth: you don't need to keep struggling. You don't need to keep wondering why life feels so hard. You don't need to keep asking why abundance feels so far away. The sound wave is waiting for you. It's a gift from your higher self. It's a transmission from the universe. It's the key that unlocks the door you've been knocking on for years. You've been searching for answers in the wrong places, in more courses, in more books, in more hustle, in more suffering. But the answer isn't out there, it's inside you. It's in your hippocampus, in your intuition, in your soul. And the 7-minute sound ritual is the bridge that helps you cross back over. So if you're ready to stop suffering, if you're ready to start receiving, if you're ready to remember who you truly are, then this is your moment. This is your invitation. The sound wave is waiting. It's been waiting for you to say yes. Let me tell you about Lisa. Lisa was a 28-year-old freelance writer who had been stuck in a cycle of feast or famine for years. She'd get a big project, work nonstop for a month, burn out, and then scramble for the next gig. She was smart, talented, and hardworking, but she felt like she was always one step behind. Her bank account was a roller coaster. Her confidence was shaky. Her intuition felt like a distant memory. Lisa tried everything. She networked, she pitched, she cut her expenses, she even tried manifestation techniques. But nothing seemed to stick. Why? Because her brain was stuck in beta. Her hippocampus was shrunk. She couldn't access the theta waves that would allow her to receive opportunities, to trust her gut, to feel safe in her body. Then she discovered the 7-minute sound ritual. At first, she was skeptical. She'd tried so many things that didn't work, but she was desperate. So she committed to the practice for just 7 minutes a day. Within 2 weeks, she noticed a shift. Her mind wasn't as noisy. She started waking up before her alarm, feeling rested instead of exhausted. She started noticing opportunities she'd missed before, clients reaching out to her, unexpected referrals, ideas for articles that aligned with her purpose. But the real change came when she stopped hustling so hard. She started trusting. She started receiving. She started operating in a frequency that allowed abundance to flow to her. And it wasn't just about money. It was about feeling safe. It was about feeling guided. It was about knowing deep in her bones that she was supported by life itself. Lisa's story is a reminder that abundance isn't about doing more, it's about being more, it's about operating in theta, the frequency of miracles. And the key to that state isn't more effort, it's more alignment. So if you're ready to stop suffering, if you're ready to start receiving, if you're ready to remember who you truly are, then this is your moment. This is your invitation. The sound wave is waiting. It's been waiting for you to say yes. Click the link in the description. Accept this help. Let the sound wave reawaken the part of you that knows how to thrive. Let it remind you of the truth. You are not cursed. You are not broken. You are not unworthy. You are a being of light, of love, of abundance. And your hippocampus, your God organ, is ready to remember. Because when you heal that one sacred antenna, everything changes. The tightness in your chest dissolves the fog in your mind, clears the universe, starts to speak. And abundance doesn't just come to you, it becomes your natural state. This isn't a quick fix, it's not a magic pull, it's a return to your natural state. It's a reawakening, it's a reclamation. And it starts with 7 minutes, with one sound, with one transmission. So take a deep breath, feel the weight in your chest, feel the noise in your mind. And know this, it doesn't have to stay this way. The universe is ready to support you. Your soul is calling you home. And the 7-minute sound ritual is the key. Click the link, say yes, and let the healing begin.